Aloha, Rich Halverson here, and this is ICS321. It's September 28th, September 8th, and so I'm going to try to do weekly videos scheduled for Thursday noon to 1 o'clock. And so this video, I actually started this video at that time, decided to stop and start over again. But anyway, in this video, I'd like to show you a couple things on how you can do the lab exercises using the server that you're provided for the class. And I'm going to show you on the chapter 2 labs. So let me share my screen. All right, so we are, see, where is my mouse is here. And then you'll notice I have the transcript. The transcript is enabled. What happened to it? Put it back there. And we are, we're actually in week 3. And I didn't make a video. I didn't make a video yet commenting at all on chapter 2. I did make a video on just doing lab 1.6, so that's in the playlist. I wanted to show you that in class video archive, I have the playlists for all the times that I've taught this class in the past. And I've used this textbook starting, I think maybe in summer 2021, or maybe even before that. Yeah, probably before that. But if you, for example, look in fall 2021, I did a lot of the labs in fall 2021. And but the labs were in different chapters. The chapters were numbered differently. One thing that zyBooks lets you do is to rearrange sections into your own chapters. And what I've done now is every chapter is one week, but in the past it wasn't that way. So you have to go to like chapter 3.4 to 3.10, for example, is all of the labs that in the early part of starting with our labs now in chapter 2. So let's skip these ads. And so here, for example, let me stop this. And here I'm at about 50 minutes into the lab. And if you look on the left here, you can see it's still fuzzy, but you can see the names of the labs, and that's how you find the labs, by the names. And in chapter 2, we see that there is create student table right here, and alter movie table is lab 2.7. Create movie table is somewhere around here. Create movie table. Anyway, create horse table is lab 2.9. Create movie table is 2.6. Is there no create movie table here? All right. Well, anyway, so I tell you, why don't I do create movie table then? So I'm going to do. So I wanted to show you that now. So let's go to the textbook. I didn't see create movie table there, so let's do create movie table. By the way, when I look here, I see that to create movie table, 67% of you have finished them already. So 2/3 of you have finished them already. So for the 1/3 that hasn't finished it, and also the 2/3 that have, you may learn this is a new, easier way that you can do these problems using the database, or using the SQL, MySQL system that I gave you. For later on labs, they become more difficult. So Um, so I'm going to do this create movie table, and we're supposed to just create a table with these attributes. And so I'm going to show you how you can use your server to do this. Okay, so I've signed into mine. Mine is Richard H at ICS321.org. Yours is whatever your US user email username is .ics321.org. If you go to server assignment number 1, it shows you how to log into your server right here. So go there. Now you can go to phpMyAdmin and you should have Sequila already there if you did the lab before, but you might not have Sequila already there. It doesn't matter. It's nice to let's just create a separate test database, and we're going to do all of our test stuff in there here. Test database. And so now when I look at my list of databases here, I have Sequila and test. Your prefix is going to be what your cPanel username is. Okay, so let's go back to tools, and I'm going to open up phpMyAdmin again because we're going to have a new database on the side. Test. So I'm going to go into test, and I'm going to create a new table, and I'm going to use me click this right here, hide the panel, and we're doing this one. The table is called movie, and it's got 5 columns, so let's make this 5. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to first go ahead and make the create statement quickly. Probably will have some errors because I don't like this. I'm not quite sure how to, well, I do, but I how do you incorporate that into the constraints and so on. So I'm just gonna put it up, and then I'm gonna submit it, see what I did wrong, and then from there I can just go up and fix it. So the first one is there's an ID, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put all these. It's an integer, and it's that's all it is. Positive integer, which means it's unsigned. So I can go over and unsign this. That is an attribute, unsigned. And what I need to do is, it's going to be some integer size. I see tiny int. It says right here, look at that. 128 is between, unsigned is 0 to 255. Unsigned range is 0 to 65,535. That's up to 50,000. Okay, I'm going to pick that one. Okay, next is title. See, I might not have any of these wrong now that I've seen that. Title. And that is a variable length. That would be a var chart. I just typed a V there, then hit tab. Now I'm over at this field, and I got to put something there. It says 50 characters, so I'm going to put 50. That's the maximum. And then I'm going to go over here and type in rating, R-A-T-I-N-G. And that's my delivery. Fixed length. This would be char. Where's the C? I just hit C for char. That's fixed length, 4 characters. And then a release date, I'm going to call that release date. Oops. And that will be just a date. That's all. I'm just going to leave that. And this is a budget, B-U-D-G-E-T. And that would be a decimal, D for decimal. I hit the D twice, tab, and it's going to be this many dollars. So $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, and then 7, 8. So it's going to be 8 because it's 8, maximum 8 digits. And then the decimal point, I put a comma, and the decimal point is implied. The last 2 digits is on the right side of the decimal point, are on the right side of the decimal point. So I put 8, 2, 2 digits to the right of the decimal point. And doesn't say anything about null or not null. I'm just going to leave it. Okay. And I'm going to make the storage engine be INNODB, and they're all INNODB in here. And INNODB it enforces more things. It enforces foreign key constraints and those kinds of things. And my ISAM does not enforce those. It lets you declare them, define them, but it doesn't enforce them. So I'm going to use INNODB, and I'm going to hit save. Okay, so now let me pop this open. I've got a table here. It looks like this movie table in test, and I'm gonna hit Go SQL, and I'm gonna clear, and I'm going to click here, and I'm gonna type in the SQL command show create table, and then the name of the table, which is movie, and then I put a semicolon, and then I hit go. And this pops up, and you can't see the result here. So you got to click on this options thing above, and you got to click on full texts, and then you got to click go. And then here is the create table. So I'm just going to copy this create table. I'm going to copy the whole thing. What the heck? Copy. And I'm going to go back to my right here, and I'm going to paste it right here. There it is. I should put a semicolon after it, but I'm going to see what happens when I don't put a semicolon after it. And you should take all the backticks out. I'm going to see what happens when you don't take all the backticks out. And I'm going to click on submit mode and click submit for grading. It's got to have a default value. I wonder what that means. All right, I'm gonna I don't see that looking much different than what the solution is. I'm looking at the solution right there. So I'm gonna try to take the backticks out first and see if that helps. So I'm gonna open up Notepad here. Here's my Notepad, and I'm gonna copy all of this. Copy, and I'm gonna put it in Notepad. Yeah, Notepad, paste, and I'm gonna get rid of the backticks. I'll just do edit, replace the backticks. Oh, there's the backtick, replace it with nothing. So I'm gonna replace all. Good, that got rid of all of them. And I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, I'm just gonna paste this and see what happens. Copy, paste. All right. I'm gonna give it a default value. Awfully weird. So I'm gonna go to a structure, and I'm gonna go to ID, and I'm gonna go to change, and I'm gonna go to default as defined 0. Very odd. Show create table movie. What if I have to put the movie there? Take all this. All right, I guess I got it. I'm not sure what it was. I'm going to take this back off again and see if that works. Remember, that was the last complaint. Default didn't have a default value. That doesn't look like that was it. I bet you it's that I bet you it didn't like that I didn't have a semicolon. I took off the semicolon. Okay, there you go. If you get a funny error like this, it's probably because you didn't have a semicolon, not because of what it says here. I don't know, but I'm going to put a semicolon back there and submit for grading. These last two I got zeros, and this one I should get them. Yes, this one I got them all. Why? Because I put a semicolon there. All right, let's see. It's 1:16 now. I don't think there was anything else I was going to tell you. Oh yeah, I was going to mention to you that no, I don't think I will. Go ahead and do the rest of these. These are pretty easy. You can use your server to do it. Even something like this. First you create the movie table, and then you can just go in and alter it. So let's say I want to. Okay, so there's an alter there. Let's say I want to. I've got a movie table here. It looks like this, and let's do the first one. Add a producer column with varchar 50. Okay, so what you can do is you can just say add a column, and it doesn't matter, so it's just going to add it at the end. Okay, it's called producer varchar 50. Producer varchar 50, and then you can click preview SQL, and this is the SQL. So if we copy this, this is the first one. This is the first one, and then remove genre. Let's close this. Let's go back to structure. Let's remove. There's no genre. Oh, okay. Let's just remove something else. Let's remove rating. So we're going to drop rating. Do you really want to alter? This is the alter statement for dropping. Copy that. Put this over here. And I'm going to put, not instead of rating, I'm going to put genre, because it's genre. And I'm going to leave those backticks in there. I don't think they matter. And then the last one is change the years column name from release and change the data type to small. So we're going to change release year. Oh, change release. Okay, change it to small int. Okay, so it's something complicated like changing this from. I'm just going to see what this was. I'm going to say it release year. And I'm going to say, what is this supposed to make it? Small int, release year and small int. Small int. Okay, so now preview this SQL, and it's this, alter movie to do that. Copy. Can't copy this. Copy. Paste. Paste, semicolon. I'm going to try and see if this word. Oh, I got to change this. A release year. The last one is change release year. Oh, yeah, that to that release. Yo, it's just year, right? Oh, change year. So this is change year to that. Let's get this right. To release year. Okay, I'm going to see what this does. What did I do wrong? Okay, I got some things wrong here. There's nothing called line 2. Oh, okay. Oh, producer. Okay, I gotta get this right. Producer column comes after year, so I'm gonna put it after year. It's still called year the first time, and then the second one is that's okay, and that's okay. Let's see. Is that the only one I got wrong here? Yeah. Let's try it again. No, has to be yes. So is that just the last one? No, it's release year and producer. Take the not null out. Take the not null out. So you can set that in here. Right here, this is null, this is a checkbox. So it should have been this. See, so it didn't have the not null. Anyway, so I got all the points. Okay, so that's how you can use your server. Let me stop sharing. That's how you can use your server to do these assignments. And so next video, next video, the next scheduled time I'm going to do a video will be next Thursday at noon. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching.